Hello friends, welcome to the Trading Temple channel. Today we're going to analyze the CoinC chart and the Celestia chart. Yesterday we talked about this coin. We said that the candle formed here is a very bad candle. This candle is called a shooting star, which forms when the price is near resistance, indicating a possible reversal. And that's exactly what happened. We had mentioned that it shouldn't break this trend line, but for now it has broken it. We had a chart pattern called a pennant, and it broke through the pennant, but it was a fake out, all of it, and now we've come back below this trend line again. This makes things a bit more complicated because we've also lost our short-term support for now. We had a support here to maintain the trend. At the same time as this support, we had this trend line, which could have served as a backtest for it, but it broke through that as well. The next support we can look at is in this area, and now it really needs to hold this one. If it doesn't hold this, things get a bit more complicated and we might even drop down to these levels, meaning as low as 27 cents. But I think in this area, the price will hold and there's a chance for a bounce. The situation has become very tough. Right now in crypto, most coins have dropped about 4 to 5% today. This week is a very important one, both in the crypto market and in the global markets, as well as in the stock market, because the US interest rate news is about to be released. For now, this is the situation in the crypto market. Today is Monday, and this is CoinC, which has had a pullback for now and has lost this trend line. The breakout, it had turned out to be more like a fake out, and for now, it's fallen below this trend line. We'll have to see what happens in the next few days. This support line that I've drawn here is close to 30 cents, and it shouldn't lose the 30-cent level. Let's go to the Celestia chart and see what Celestia is doing. Celestia's situation has also become a bit critical. A few days ago, it broke through this trend line, and it did so with a lot of volume. Personally, I thought it could hold itself up there, but because the market has dropped in the past few days, it's caused Celestia's price to have a pullback as well. For now, not much has changed. The only thing that has changed is that it has currently lost the 50-day and 100-day moving averages that it had previously broken above. Today, and on the 4-hour time frame, if we look at Celestia really shouldn't go any lower in this area. If it wants to maintain its structure, it has to hold this level. If it loses this level and also loses this support, Celestia will really have a hard time and will drop down to this area. It could drop to around $1.25, but if this level holds, I still estimate that Celestia can bounce back and go up to around $2 to $2.50. But everything depends on the market, and this week is extremely important. That's it for Celestia. Let's move on to the Bitcoin chart and also take a look at the market cap. For now, after Bitcoin moved up for 3 days, it's slowly coming down with small bearish candles, making a pullback. We had a head and shoulders pattern here, which we talked about last week. This was a very beautiful head and shoulders pattern that broke out in this area and the price went up. Now we have to see how much further Bitcoin can drop in the area where it is currently. If Bitcoin wants to maintain its bullish momentum, it shouldn't fall below this area. If it falls below this area, it's over for Bitcoin. The chances of it dropping further become very high. But as long as it holds this area, this can be considered a back test for the head and shoulders pattern it formed to see if it acts as support or not. You could say that the price might come down to this area, turn around and go back up. There's a possibility. When we look at the total market cap, we see the altcoins whose market cap ranks in the top 10 on CoinMarketCap. Right now, in this pullback that happened, it's clearly holding on this support level. If it holds this support level, the price can go higher. This is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. We talked about it yesterday. When it was in this range, we said there was a chance of a pullback because this total market cap had been going up for about 7 days, and eventually it has to drop for 2 or 3 days, and this drop is normal. In the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, which revolves around the Ethereum branch, that one is also nicely sitting on the support line right now and is close to its all-time high. There's no problem with it. For now, everything is normal. And as for Ethereum itself, just as we predicted, it's close to its all-time highs And these candles, look, this candle that has formed is very large and it's a green candle, and then a small red candle has come down. This is most likely still bullish and Ethereum's price can go higher. But Ethereum must not lose this level. And we have the others dominance, which just a few days ago broke through a very important resistance, and now it's doing a back test. In this back test, this support level needs to hold. Look, this support level is very important. Its dominance shouldn't drop lower. If it comes into these areas, it's over. In my opinion, this area needs to hold so it can go on to test the next zone. And the same goes for tether dominance. Tether dominance has taken on a strange shape, kind of like a head and shoulders pattern, which makes things a bit more complicated. In this section, you can see this is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is forming the right shoulder. If it breaks out and goes up, things will get a bit complicated for altcoins. At this point, we just have to hope that this trend line and this resistance hold and put pressure on tether dominance to go down. Tether dominance shouldn't go up. When tether dominance goes up, altcoins drop. Tether dominance needs to go down, and if it does until this point, we'll start the alt season. For now, everything in the market is okay. Some altcoins have dropped a lot, but overall, Bitcoin's chart is fine, and the positions of the total market caps are still very good. We have to see what happens by the end of the week. As I said, this week is a very important and decisive week, and most likely the market will be very volatile this week. And don't forget, this is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. And the trading game is never 100% certain. Everything is based on probability. Until the next video, goodbye.